Hello and welcome to LA Currents. I'm Saida Pagan. More and more Los Angeles residents are reminded that wildfire season isn't just a season anymore, it's all year long. And it brings with it concern, uncertainty, and the possibility of some real serious danger. But there are some steps we can all take to be better prepared. And Los Angeles Fire Chief Ralph Terrazas is here to talk about wildfires and about preparedness. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about the Saddle Ridge fire. Tell us the scope of it, and can you bring us up to date on what's happening?
It was a Thursday night about 9 o'clock. I was at home watching the news, and I saw the report of the fire, and I saw a visual from a news helicopter. When I saw that visual image, I thought we were going to lose several hundred homes because of the wind. We were able to mitigate that incident. We lost 17 homes. We saved thousands. We lost 17 homes, and the loss of one home is a big disappointment. And we're always looking to see how can we do better next time.
Chief, let's talk about the helipad over at the Olive View Center. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's happening there?
The Olive View helipad was reopened a few months ago, and it was destroyed in the Saida fire of 2008.
This is what it's about. This is good government working together for the benefit of the entire region.
We are improving public safety for the residents of the Northeast San Fernando Valley and Greater Los Angeles region.
It's very good timing because we use that helipad at the Saddle Ridge fire. That allows us the capability to have up to 4 helicopters refueled or adding water to their water tanks at the same time. It was very valuable in fighting the Saddle Ridge fire.
Now, let's go back to the firefighting activities and the equipment that you have. I understand there's some good news in that you have some new equipment. I believe there's a handheld device that allows firefighters to see in smoke-filled rooms or areas more easily. Tell us about that equipment and your aerial equipment and what you have in place now for your firefighting needs.
Absolutely. The thermal imager camera allows you to go into a home or a large warehouse with zero visibility, and you can use the TIC to find trapped victims or to find a way out if you get detached from our hose line. You'll see the differential in temperature because it's all about heat. The TIC allows us to increase firefighter safety as well as the ability to find people, sometimes kids, who are hiding in a zero visibility environment.
Let's talk about the use of drones with your department.
Drones are something that we brought into the department about 3 years ago. We use drones for training. We use drones for incidents like in a brush fire. We'll wait like in the later phases of it to find the hot spots that exist. When I can fly a drone instead of a helicopter, it saves the hours that we put on the helicopter's motor, because after they reach 100 hours, they have to go in for maintenance, and the fuel that we burn, and then the fatigue on the pilots. So the drones have been a great addition to our capabilities. The technology is continuing to get better. We use a thing called wildfire. Wildfire projects the path of a fire using real-time weather information, known fire corridors, and existing brush indicators.
I created a drop point. I developed some inputs, what time of day, how fast is the wind, and it gave me immediately where the fire was going to progress in an hour. And then we placed our resources in those communities, and sure enough, that's where the fire ended up going.
In the past, we've heard about the summer fire season and the fall fire season. What are the conditions that are different in each part of the year, and why is it now considered just kind of all in one?
Yeah, there's a lot of variables involved with your question there. We consider brush fires a year-round threat. We're just coming out of a 6-year drought. We had 1 year of heavy rain, which created light fuels, but those dry out too, and they dry out pretty quickly. And the third variable, I think, is climate change. It's indisputable here that within the Los Angeles region, we're having larger brush fires than we've ever had before. And within the state, they've had 6 out of the 10 largest brush fires in the last few years. So that is our new normal. We're always prepared. We ramp up our preparedness as we get towards September because that's the start of our Santa Ana wind season. Usually it starts in September and it lasts through April. So that is our peak time. However, throughout the year, we're susceptible to a brush fire breaking out anywhere in the city of Los Angeles.
By all accounts, in the past few years, it seems as though the fires have been worse and worse. They've been devastating. Tell us what's happening in a little more detail that is causing these fires to be so widespread and it appears so difficult to contain.
You're right, these fires in the last few years have been bigger than we've ever had. We had the La Tuna fire a few years ago, the Creek fire, the Screwball fire, and most recently the Saddle Ridge fire. Basically, it's a combination of those factors I told you earlier. There's the fuel, there's more red flag days, and there's more development into the wildland-urban interface. What I mean by that is that there's more homes, apartment buildings closer into the wildland where the brush threat exists. So it's a combination of all those things, and that's what we prepare for year-round.
Now let's talk about the way fires start. We've mentioned some, but we know that there may be like the top 1, 2, or 3 scenarios. Can you walk us through some recent scenarios that you might come to mind about how these out-of-control fires sometimes start?
Yeah, the common scenarios, I wish I could tell you exactly what that looks like. Every time we have one of these brush fires, these big brush fires, it is human caused. It's very rare. It's a natural cause from lightning. That doesn't happen here in the Los Angeles region. So I would say, though, unattended campfires is a big one. Sometimes it's kids playing with matches.
Let's talk a little bit now about homeless encampments. We're not criticizing in any way, but tell us about the fire danger with regards potential for fire danger with homeless encampments.
There is a potential. The Screwball fire was caused by an encampment along the 405 freeway. A few months ago, City Council changed the ordinance, which now allows LAPD to remove people that are living in the brush area without 24-hour posting of that property.
This is not some sort of anti-homeless initiative. This is an initiative directed at the safety of our city.
This bill is about public safety. This is about preventing fires, plain and simple.
The police need to have the ability to have them removed, ideally, willingly.
When you have a red flag condition, you don't want to wait 24 hours. You want to get people out of harm's way so that we can prevent these fires from occurring.
What more should the public know to keep us all safe?
I think the thing that I would ask there is that the public sign up for Notify LA. Text 888-777. If you want to know more specifics about what you need to do, you can go to our website at LAFD.org. There you'll find information like you should trim all the tree limbs that hang above your house. You should clear the gutters from leaves and pine needles, anything that will ignite. So those tips and many more tips will be found on that website.
Well, thank you for doing a wonderful job for saving so many homes and so many lives in Los Angeles. Thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm very proud of the men and women of the Los Angeles City Fire Department. I believe we're the finest fire department in the world, and I say that on a regular basis because I truly believe that. We have a great group of men and women who are dedicated professionals, dedicated to the safety of the people of Los Angeles.